What traits do you look for when assembling a leadership team? Woo-hoo-hoo. What traits do I look for? You know, oh, dude, when it comes to people, man, nothing hurts my heart more than talking about people. And if you guys know where that comes from. I love talking about people and what I look for. Number one trait I look for, actually, let me just be very, very clear about this. Asking for me because I'm trying to work for you. I'm going to be very clear with you. Come work for me. I love it. Send me a DM. We'll set something up to have an interview. Whatever trait you name, let me tell you actually right now. I don't look for traits as much as people think. As a matter of fact, I don't look for traits hardly at all except for one thing. Are they going to work hard? And are they actually, now that I'm saying it, there are traits. Are they going to work hard and are they courageous? And that's really hard to tell right off the bat. It's almost impossible to tell right off the bat. Number one, I can tell you're courageous already, throwing that out there. So that's awesome, right? But if you're courageous enough and you're hardworking enough, I can teach you anything. I can teach you anything. God, I can get you a course. I don't know how many times I've done this for people who work for me. If they don't know and they're willing to put in the work, I will buy a course for them to learn it. And the beautiful thing about people who work hard and are courageous, they'll make it happen no matter what. They will find a way. And if you have people where you're trying to find the way for them, then you're in the wrong business because you need people who work for you who find a way to make it happen. And I'm actually going to give you guys a perfect example of this. Put yes in the chat if you've met Jacob. Jacob Domricki. I don't even know if he's on this call. I keep shouting him out because he just impresses me every single week. No. Jacob Domricki. So he's been here and he's my brother-in-law. But I'm telling you guys right now, just because he's my brother-in-law doesn't mean like we were just going to do business together. Like there's no fucking way, right? Like that we would just do business together. As a matter of fact, I'm more hesitant to do business with friends and family than I am to do business with anybody else. So that's number one. It actually was going against him, right? But there's one thing about Jacob that has been incredible. Is this fucker finds a way to make shit happen like you can't believe. If there's a problem, early podcast with him on it, okay. If there's a problem and we have a discussion about it, he finds a way to make it happen. I've actually bought courses for him and he's bought courses for himself, but this dude, right, Jacob, will watch the course and then he will also go watch 10 hours on Google and YouTube surrounding that course to learn even more. So he'll comb through the course like you can't believe. And then he'll go out and he'll find a YouTube video, Google it. He'll find anything he can to learn it. And he learns it so quickly because he works so fucking hard. And it has become invaluable to what we do here. This shit runs because Jacob finds things out so quickly. He finds a way to make it happen. And by the way, there's a lot of times we have a conversation where he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, I don't know. And then guess what? I'm coming up with ideas and he's coming up with ideas because that's how we work now. He's just out figuring out ideas and so am I. And then we come down, sit down. We're like, hey, this is what I got. This is what I got. We bring them together. We're like, wow, that's it. And suddenly we found the answer. And that's not something you can teach. That's not something that I could just, like hope for. I can give you the course. I can teach it if I know it. But if your ass ain't gonna work and if you're not courageous enough to actually implement it and get over your own fears, then there's nothing we can do. You're basically just a body working at that point. Okay, and that should go for everyone in here in this business. Are the people working for you making your job easier? Are they making life in your business easier? Or they're making it more difficult? If you have to monitor them and get on them, they're the wrong person. They just are. They're the wrong person. If you have to constantly get on them, they're the wrong person. And if you don't have to get on them, if they find a way and they come to you and suddenly they're like, hey, I got this. You're like, I didn't even ask you to do that. Like, yeah, well, I did. And look at this. I'm like, wow, that's impressive. You just figured that out. Now our business is better off because of you. Hard to replace that kind of thing. Right? So professional YouTube watcher. Guys, YouTube is the new university. So that's a great quality to have. Jacob is one badass motherfucker. Send us a DM. Let's set up an interview, Perdita. I like it. But I hope that answers your question. Guys, when it comes to traits, it's just, there's so many traits people can portray, but you're going to learn real quick what someone's made of. right? And I guess it's a trait, but at the same time, I want to know what you're made of.